So yesterday we started with the with the Ayodhyakanda, and where to come to. So we discussed till yesterday that Dasharath Maharaj wants to coronate Rama as the king, but Manthara poisoned the mind of Kaikeyi, and now Kaikeyi is very adamant in having the two boons, and she entered the Krodhagara, the room of wrath or the anger. So she entered into that room with soiled clothes, lying down on the floor and weeping. So, so as she entered that, Dasharath Maharaj was actually approaching her house, her quarters, and Dasharath Maharaj was very happy, and he was with full of joyful mood. So he came to Kaikeyi's chambers to share this pleasurable news. But he couldn't find her. He thought, because even he knows that for Kaikeyi, Rama is very, very dear, more closer, more dearer than her own son. So he thought that Kaikeyi will feel very happy. So he came into her quarters but couldn't find her. So he asked the maidservants, where is she? And they said that she is in the Krodhagara, the room of the anger. So he went there, and Kaikeyi was lying down on the floor, and Dasharath Maharaj was shocked. So he was shocked to see that. And he said, my dear queen, what happened? What happened to all your auspicious qualities? I do not know why you're angry with me. Has anyone cursed you? Has anyone disrespected you? And I'm very painful to see you on a dirty floor. So please don't hurt my mind by lying down on the floor as if someone is possessed, by a devil or a ghost. Are you suffering from any illness? Did anyone offend you? You tell me. If anyone has offended you, I'll kill that person. Or do you want any person do you want to release a person who is worthy to be killed? You tell me. I'll release that person. Do you want me to make a poor man very rich? You tell me, I'll do that. So in various ways, Dasharath Maharaj was trying to ask Kaikeyi, please tell me what do you want? Whatever you want, I will fulfill. Then Kaikeyi says, my dear king, nobody has insulted me. But I have a certain desire that needs to be fulfilled by you. And you promise me that you will fulfill my desires. So Dasharath Maharaj, he says that, Kaikeyi, I promise on Rama that there is nobody on this earth more dearer to me than you and Rama. So for Dasharath Maharaj, Kaikeyi and Rama are the most dearest people on the earth. And Maharaj is saying that by that Rama, I'm taking my oath and I'm promising to fulfill your word. So Kaikeyi, she felt immediately very much delighted. And she said, let your words be heard by, since you have spoken, let these be heard by sun, moon, the sky, the planets, the day, the night, the directions, the universe, the earth, the celestial musicians, the demons, the spirits wandering in the nights, the demigods of the house, and all other spirits. So she's saying, oh, like she's actually, calling each personality, oh, my dear son, you heard it, that my husband is going to give me he's going to fulfill my wishes. He's promising, oh, my dear Chandra, moon, you be the witness for it. Oh, my dear sky, the planets. So she called everyone and she mentioned, you all have heard it. So he is going to fulfill my wishes. So then she says, my dear king, you remember what happened in the battle between the demigods and the demons in the past? At that time I saved you. So though that time you gave me 2 boons. So you have to fulfill them. So Dasharath Maharaj immediately agreed. So this is a promise of another promise, you see. So he already promised that he'll give 2 boons. Now this is a promise on top of that promise that he's going to fulfill those 2 boons. So now Dasharath Maharaj cannot go back. He has given the boons, maybe he can come back, but now she cornered him. And Kaikeyi now says, Nava panchacha varshani dandakaranyamashritah chirajina jatadhari ramo bhavatu tapasaha. She says, let my son be coronated as the king on the same occasion, and let Rama be exiled to forest for 9 plus 5 years. She didn't say 14 years directly. She said Nava Panchacha Varshani. Nava is 9, Pancha is 5. So it is 9 plus 5 years he should be exiled to forest. And how he should look, what he should wear, he should be just like a sage, wearing the clothes, Chirajana Jatadhari, wearing the clothes like a sage, like wearing a deer skin, and Jatadhari with matted hair. So some of the Purvacharyas mention that because if a king is exiled for 14 years, then he does not have any right for the kingdom when he comes back. So the demigods, they sat on the tongue of Kaikeyi and twisted her tongue to ask 14 years in the way of Nava Panchacha. Okay. So the moment Dasharath Maharaj heard this, he collapsed on the ground. He collapsed. And then after some time, he regains his consciousness. And then he's saying, is it a daydream or is it a confusion in my mind? Or is it a effect of an eclipse, like solar eclipse or lunar eclipse is there? Is it an effect of an eclipse on me? Or is my mind deceased? So thinking like this, again he became unconscious. Then after regaining consciousness, he felt tormented by Kaikeyi's words. And after gathering some energy, he says, Nrishamse dushtacharitre kolasyasya vinashini kim kritam tavaramena papam pape mayapiva. O cruel woman, dushta, Nrishamse, what wrong did Rama do to you? He treats you just as he treats his birth mother, own mother. In fact, he treats you much higher than his own mother. My consciousness will be lost if I do not see Rama. Looks like you are a female snake. And not knowing this, I have admitted you and made you the queen And for why I made you the queen? For my own self-destruction. He's saying, Kaikeyi, I cannot live without Rama. You tell me, for what offense shall I forsake my son? So, O sinful woman, kim kritam tava ramena papam pape maya piva. O sinful woman, enough of it. You give up this resolution. I'm touching your feet with my head. You be gracious to me. You want Bharata to be king. That's fine. I'll coronate him as the king. But don't ask Rama to leave. So Dasharatha Maharaj is, without any control. He's weeping and he's crying, and then he's talking all these things. Then Maharaj says, "Oh, I think you are all saying this because to test my love towards Rama, right? I know you don't have any difference. You don't show any difference between Rama and Bharata. You are joking, right?" But Kaikeyi, she stood by her ask. And the king said, Satyena lokan jayati deenan danena raghavaha gurun shushrooshaya viro dhanusha yudhi shatravan satyam danam tapastyago vitrata shauchamarjavam vidyacha guru shushrusha dhruvanyetani raghave. Rama, he is the valiant one. He conquers men by virtue. He conquers the poor through charity. He conquers the elders by his service. He conquers the enemies in the battle by his bow. He has truthfulness, charity, austerity, sacrifice, purity, straightforwardness, learning. All of these qualities are firmly established in Rama. To such a nice person, how do you even wish to harm him? And he's so honest. He's so honest. He's equal to God. He has, splendor as a great sage. He's effulgent as a great sage. You should be a protector of Rama, not a destroyer of him. You see, Kaikeyi, I have become very old now. I may leave my body anytime, and I'm exhausted ruling all these years. So please show some mercy upon me and on Rama. Kaikeyi, I'm folding my hands and I'm paying obeisances to you. And I'm even touching your feet. But what happened was Dasharatha Maharaj was weeping and his eyes were filled with tears. He could not properly see. So he was searching the feet of Kaikeyi. She was collapsed on the ground, and on the ground he's searching where is the feet of Kaikeyi to touch. And he's trying to find her feet. And again, thinking of all that, again he's becoming unconscious and collapsed. So multiple times this was happening. Now, after he regained the consciousness, now Kaikeyi is saying, "What is this? Why are you just falling down and becoming unconscious again and again? Don't you have some shame? So you have granted the boons to me. Now you are going back on your word. You're talking the other way. Can't you stand on your word?" And she explains, see, when there was a dispute, and she gives all the references from the Puranas, that in the past, that when there was a dispute between a hawk and a pigeon, King Shibi, he gave his own flesh to the vulture, or in place of a pigeon. So King Shibi, like what happened was, there was a vulture, a big bird, trying to attack a pigeon. So pigeon was going was flying everywhere in from the fear of that vulture. And finally, what happened is vulture was chasing the pigeon, and the pigeon directly came to Shibi Chakravarti, and she fell at the feet of Shibi Chakravarti. That means that the pigeon had done the Sharanagati, or the surrender to the king. So when someone falls at the feet of the king, surrendering, the king, the rule of the king is that he has to give protection to that uh, living entity who has surrendered. So then the vulture says that this is my food, I need to take it, and the pigeon is saying, please save me. And yes, those days there was a vidya, there was a knowledge by which anyone, if they know that knowledge, that science, they can understand the conversations of any living entity, even an ant or even an animals. Rama, Lakshmana, they all knew this. So Shibi Chakravarti also knew it. So the pigeon was asking for his protection, and the king said, okay, vulture, the pigeon had surrendered to me, so I am going to give him full protection. So I'll not allow you to take this away. Then vulture said, okay, but give me another one. Then he said, you can go and fly and find another one. Why only this pigeon? You go and find some other pigeon. But the vulture says, see, I'm also very much tired. I have been very hungry for so many days. I did not get food. Now that I have got my meal, you're taking away. Is it a dharma? So it's a very right question. Jivoho jivasya jivanam. This is a Vedanta, the verse from Vedas. Jivo jivasya jivanam. One living entity lives on another living entity. Jivoho jivasya jivanam. That's how it lives. So the Shibi Chakravarti agreed, yes, you are right. You need to take it, but she has taken my shelter. I cannot allow it. So let me give flesh from my body. You take it. And I'll give that flesh as equivalent to that, the weight of that pigeon. So they brought us weighing scale. On one side there's a pigeon, on the other side Shibi Chakravarti is, first he cut off some flesh from his thigh, and it was not equating to the weight of the pigeon. And actually these pigeon and this hawk were actually demigods, Indra and another demigod. Okay, and this is to test Shibi Chakravarti and to glorify him. So what Shibi Chakravarti did is, he took some flesh and cut from his body and gave it. And the pigeon was not going up, the pigeon was down. Then he cut slowly he cut his fingers, then foot, then legs, then his hands, and everything. Finally he was about to even cut his head. That time the pigeon and the hawk, the vulture, uh, you know, took their original form and said, oh my dear Shibi Chakravarti, enough. You have proved to be the most righteous person and truthful. You don't have to do this. We were just testing your truthfulness. And this happened in the Gaya Kshetra. Gaya is in Bihar or Jharkhand, that area right now. So Shibi Chakravarti is from that place. So and we are very much pleased by your actions. So Kaikeyi is reminding Dasharatha Maharaj, you see, just for a pigeon, Shibi gave his own flesh to the bird. And when a Brahmana asked the king Alarka for eyes, Alarka took out his own eyes and gave it to Brahmana. So, O evil-minded king, by giving up the dharma and by installing Rama in the kingdom, you want to enjoy Kausalya forever? Is that your plan? But there will be no change in whatever you have promised. If you cannot fulfill my desires, death is better to me now. So Dasharath Maharaj became like a madman. He was trying to ask Kaikeyi to withdraw her boons. He's saying, Dasharath Maharaj, that Kaikeyi, the moment Rama leaves, I will die. You will become widow. And all the people in the kingdom, they will start looking at me, how, with the thought in their mind that how can a father banish his son like this? For what wrong? Is there a mistake he has done? Yes, in the previous dynasties, in the same dynasty, Amshamanta, Asamanjasa was banished, and sometimes the kings were banished their own sons for a grave mistake. There is no mistake of Lord Rama at all. How can a father do like this to his son? This father must be very cruel. So people will talk ill of me. When they come to see my dead body, they're going to talk like this. You will become a widow. And Kaikeyi, how much with most difficulty Rama was born. And Kausalya will not be able to bear the pain. I will not be able to bear the pain. Just imagine, Sita Devi, she is my eldest daughter-in-law, and she will see Rama going into exile, because by this time, what she asked, only Rama to go to exile, right? No, nobody else. So Dasharath Maharaj is thinking that Rama is going and Sita will be staying in the palace, and she'll be looking at Rama going on an exile. She will weep and she will lament, falling on the ground. What can I say to her? How will I answer to her? Just thinking of these instances itself, I feel I want to die right now. It is unbearable. So give up your wishes. And I'm telling you, Kaikeyi, if this is fulfilled, without Lord Ramachandra, Bharata, he will not take this possession of this kingdom of Ayodhya at all. Don't ask these boons, because I know Bharata. The moment he sees me dead, he will blame you. You will neither have me nor your son. You will make all the 360 wives the widow. Every queen will scold you and blame you. So please listen to me. Don't ask for the spoons. As he was giving these things, instructions to Kaikeyi, he was again trying to touch the feet of Kaikeyi. And Kaikeyi was thinking, okay, if he's going to hold my feet, I might have to listen to him and I have to withdraw my wishes. Because a husband, it is like a guru touching the feet of a disciple is abominable. You can't even think like that. A husband is like a head, a guru for the family, because he is the one who directs all the family members to towards devotional service. That is a duty of the head of the family. And when such a person is holding the feet of Kaikeyi, then Kaikeyi has to withdraw. So she was thinking like this, and she quickly went aside. And the king was thinking, oh, Kaikeyi is here. Let me touch. And immediately she went aside. The king fell on the ground. She did not even hold her falling husband. All night, so many times, Dasharath Maharaj was becoming unconscious. He was searching for the feet of Kaikeyi to beg her. He begged her so much to withdraw. His eyes were swollen, and so much swollen that there were no tears coming from his eyes. And his body was shivering out of that fear, out of just the thought that, that Rama will be banished. And as throughout the night, as this was happening, by this time it became little morning and the sun was rising. And he saw the darkness was going away. And he begged the darkness, oh, darkness, please don't go away. If you go away, I'll have to talk to my son and have to banish him. And I'll not be able to talk to him at all. So you please stay as it is. I don't want the next sunrise to happen. So by this time, Dasharath Maharaj's minister, Sumantra, he came to the entrance of the Kaikeyi's chambers, quarters, because they know wherever Dasharath Maharaj goes, wherever the minister, they all know where the king is, because his chariot would be gone, and wherever his chariot is, that is a place he would be found. So Sumantra, the minister, he came to the entrance of the quarters, so Kaikeyi's chambers, and said to the king, my dear king, please come. People are waiting for your darshan. And Dasharath Maharaj at once shouted, don't talk. I cannot hear the words. So Sumantra came closer to the door. Really, is the king shouting, or am I hearing something? Again he says, my dear king, it is a time for the day of Lord Rama's coronation. All the citizens of Ayodhya, they're waiting for you to give the next direction, to initiate all the ceremony. Please freshen up. Please come and freshen up. So now again he said, I cannot hear the words. He couldn't, he was weeping. So now Kaikeyi came out near to the door. She opened the door and said, Dasharath Maharaj was so joyous the entire night and was discussing about Rama's coronation event all the night. So he didn't sleep properly. He just wanted to sleep some more. Don't disturb him. But can you call Rama immediately? Because this is the order of Dasharath Maharaj. And the door was not completely open, only very little open. So Sumantra could not see the king properly. But Kaikeyi is talking. Dasharath Maharaj looked at Kaikeyi and was shocked how she was acting. Throughout the night, I was joyous. I've been begging you at your feet. And then again, all the people behind the Sumantra, they were all asking why Dasharath Maharaj is not coming outside so much. It has been so long it is. And Sumantra is saying, my dear Maharaj, all the paraphernalia is ready. The priests are waiting for you. Citizens are waiting for you. Please come. Dasharath Maharaj said that don't harass me more, Sumantra. Kaikeyi said, follow that. You go and bring Rama. Do what Kaikeyi had said. So even Sumantra was shocked. He immediately embarked his chariot went right away to Lord Rama's palace, and there Lord Rama, he completed his morning rituals, his sadhana, and Sumantra informed Rama that the king is calling him. So Rama immediately he started for Kaikeyi's chambers. And all Rama's friends and relatives, they thought that, oh, he's going like this. When he's going to return as the king. So to send Rama off, Sita Devi, she came till the doors of a palace and said, Rama, may I see you as a great king on your return. And Lakshmana was automatically, he was waiting outside his quarters to go along with Rama. So now Rama boarded the chariot along with Lakshmana and Sumantra. They immediately, they all reached Kaikeyi's chambers. And Rama and Lakshmana, they paid obeisances to his father. The moment Rama came, Dasharatha Maharaj, he started crying and lamenting. Rama was shocked. He has never seen his father in that condition in his life. So he asked his mother Kaikeyi, why is the father crying like that? Did I commit any mistake? The two brothers, they are very far away. Did anything happen to them? Did I offend him? Can you please tell me why father is crying so much? Then Kaikeyi said, nothing much, Rama. Last night I asked Dasharatha Maharaj 2 boons, and which he promised to fulfill so many centuries ago. He promised to fulfill. On top of that, he also promised today, the last night, that he'll promise to fulfill the wishes of these 2 boons. And he's worried whether he will be able to fulfill those 2 boons, and that is why he's crying. Now Rama is saying, my dear mother, why father has to bother so much? If he says, Rama, jump into the fire, I'll go and jump. No questions asked. If he gives me poison without asking any questions, I'll take it. Following my father's order is my responsibility. Why is he worried to fulfill the boons because of me? Then Kaikeyi explains, Rama, I just asked 2 boons. First boon is that you should be exiled for 14 years and Bharata should be coronated as the king. Rama said, oh, that's it? I'll immediately go to forest. But mother, father is not talking to me at all. Could you please ask him to talk to me? Listening to the words of Lord Rama, Rama is saying, just listening to the words of Dasharatha Maharaj, I'll happily go away. So then Kaikeyi said, your father is a great Dharmatma, very truthful. So only if you go on exile, the wish will be fulfilled. Now, if you're wandering in the palace like this, how it will be fulfilled? And he's worried whether those 2 boons will be actually be fulfilled or not. So unless you go immediately, we will not know. He's afraid, he's fearful that the boons will not be fulfilled. So he's worried. And because of that worry, he's not taken a bath, he's not eating. So if you go immediately, only then he will continue his normal duties. And then Rama was again surprised. Father is not eating and taking bath because of me? Mother, I'll immediately go. I don't have any attachment to this kingdom. But mother, before leaving, I want to tell you that I feel you have not understood me properly. Rama says, to send me to the forest, you don't even have to ask for the boons. If you tell me, Rama, you go to forest for the entire life, why only 14 years? If you just tell me entire life you go to the forest, I'll happily give away the kingdom and go to forest. I don't have any desire to rule the kingdom. I'm sad that no, no, you were not able to understand me. But you know why I'm crying? Because maybe my behavior was not right, and that's why you were not able to understand me properly. It is not that like you didn't understand me properly. I did not properly behave with you. That is why you could not understand me. You just see what kind of the quality Rama has. He's not blaming his mother that you didn't understand me properly. He's saying, I didn't act properly, and that's why you couldn't understand me properly. My behavior was not apt. That's why you didn't understand me. Thinking like this, Rama, he started crying. So he went away from that place. He did pradakshina. He circumambulated all the coronation related paraphernalia, because those are great auspicious things. Those must be you have to pay respects to that. And then he goes to Kausalya Devi's chambers. Now Lakshmana is also standing with him, right? And he lost his senses. He was so angry that he couldn't stand. He's shaken with anger. So as Rama came, immediately Kausalya Devi, she was also ready. She got up. She immediately welcomed him. She gave him a nice seat and was about to feed him. At that time, Rama told the two boons that Kaikeyi asked Dasharatha. So, my dear mother, I'm going to the forest for 14 years. So, your son should live like a sage now. Your son cannot sit on such a asans. I should sit on the grass. Kausalya Devi was shocked. She said, my dear Rama, it would have been better, it would have been good if you were not born to me at all. And this is not an ordinary sentence or statement. She's saying, if you were not born to me, the whole world would have blamed me for not giving me children. Okay, for not giving birth to any children, I would have been blamed entire life. But for now, for this one reason, I will be continuously crying for the rest of the life. You will be eating like a layman. You will be sleeping on grasses. And I'll be here worrying for you, thinking of whether you are safe, whether you have eaten properly, whether you had any comforts. And you are going into forest. There are so many demons. And I don't know whether you will be safe or not. I will not be able to bear this. See, she said one thing on the Kausalya Devi. She says that if you go, I will be crying for the rest of the life. Why is that? See, Rama is going to return after 14 years, right? There's no thing to cry for the entire life. Now they all live so many thousands and thousands of years, or hundred thousands of years. What is a big deal in 14 years? After he comes, then they can resume, they can live happily. No. So that is the mother's love. Sometimes something happens to the uh, to the child, and maybe suppose a child was crossing the road, and suddenly a big car came and was about to, like the big bus, jeep or a bus, okay, was coming down the hill and was about to throw him off. But exactly at that time, someone came and saved him. Or the brakes were pushed and it exactly came and touched just the hair of that boy, small boy. And this mother is just looking. She was at a distance and she couldn't run that far. It was happening in such a so fast. So she saw that, and she immediately came running and hugged that child and was thanking the Lord for saving. Now, that is just one thing that happened in the life, right? But whenever that mother thinks of that, even in the future, she would weep, she would cry. Oh, my son was about to be, about to die, but somehow by the mercy of the Lord, he was protected. Throughout the life, she will remember those such things and again cry. It's a natural thing. Like that, Kausalya Devi is saying, now you are going, okay, but throughout the life, thinking of this instance, I will be weeping. Now Lakshmana heard all this conversation. He became so angry, and he's telling to Rama, brother, you just gave me permission. I will imprison this old Dasharath Maharaj. I'll put him into the jail. I'll coronate you as the king. You don't feel sad. My dear mother, you don't feel sad. If Rama jumps into the fire, I'll jump before him. In the forest, when we are going in the forest, I will walk before him. Before he feels any discomfort, or even if he feels any difficulty, I'll experience that difficulty or discomfort first and give all the comforts to Rama. And Rama immediately abruptly asked him to stop, and Rama said, Lakshmana, you're not supposed to talk against our father like that. So this shows how much Lakshmana is attached to Rama, so much more than his own father. So Rama is saying, I will follow my father's order. You don't instigate mother like this. Kaikeyi is actually a very good person. And I know you all know that. Maybe it's a will of providence that has happened. Dasharath Maharaj was weeping the entire night to give these boons. If such a thing has happened, it is the will of providence. It is a will of the Lord that it should happen. You do not blame either a father or mother Kaikeyi. Then Kausalya Devi says, Rama, Dasharatha, he never comes, your father never comes to this palace. And even, when Valmiki Maharshi was explaining about the Putra Kameshta Yajna, in the Balakanda, at that time, he writes this word, the neglected wife of Dasharatha, who is Kausalya. He mentions this word, neglected wife. And here, Kausalya Devi is again saying, your father has never come here to this palace. And with great penance you were born. So if you go away from here, there is no use of me staying here. I'll also come with you. And Rama said, no. You should never say this word when your husband is still alive. When the father is still alive, you should never say this word that you leave him and come with me. A wife should not say that when the husband is alive, she'll go away. You have to listen to him and you have to serve him throughout your life. Actually, when Lakshmana says that I'll imprison the father and I'll coronate you, even Kausalya Devi was saying, is it a good idea? Don't you think? No, she was saying, why don't you do this? Then Rama didn't like. He said, shouted at Lakshmana, don't instigate the mother like this with your talks. It's all nonsense. So after Rama said, that you have to follow your husband throughout your life, then Kausalya says this, Yani dattani te strani vishwamitrena dhimata tani tvam abhirakshantu gunai samuditam sada. All the arms and weapons and astras and shastras that were given by the Vishwamitra Muni to you, let them protect you. Because you're so rich in good qualities. Samit kushapavitrani vedya chayatanani cha thandilani vichitrani shaila vrikshaha kushufa hrida patangaha pannakaha simhas tvam rakshantu narottama. Now she is begging all the living entities, all the auspicious paraphernalias, the presiding deities to protect the Rama. She's saying, Samit. Samit means the wooden sticks which are used in performing the yajna. So she's saying, Samit, may the wooden sticks which are used in the sacrifice, let them protect you. May the blades of the sacred kusha grass, kusha pavitrani, kusha darbha. Darbha is very auspicious grass, very sacred grass. On the tips of the darbha grass is called as kushas. So may the kusha grass protect you. May the rings of the kusha grass that someone wears when any occasions are, any ceremonies are done, religious ceremonies, they wear a ring made of this kusha grass. Let them protect you. Let the temples and various cities where the lords are, where the Supreme Lord Vishnu is being worshipped, let them protect you. May the deities, the demigods protect you. May the mountains, Shaila, Vriksha, Shaila means mountains, Vrikshaha, trees, Kushufa, the bushes, large and deep pools of water, then Patangas, birds, Pannagas, snakes, Simhas, lions, all the animals, let all of them protect you. Swasti sadhyaha cha vishve cha marutah cha maharshayah swasti dhata vidhata cha swasti pusha bhago aryama ritavaha chaiva pakshaha cha masaha sambatsaraha kshapaha. So she's saying, may the sadhyas, Vishwadevas, these are two different kinds of demigods, the demigod for wind, along with all the eminent sages, let them ensure your protection and happiness. May the cosmic person behind all, the Supreme Lord Vishnu and the Creator, bring happiness to you. May Pusha, Bhaga and Aryama, the 3 of the 12 sons of Aditi, and the guardians of this of Indra, let them all protect you. So Kausalya Devi, she blesses in every way, and then gives the protection by these mantras. And she says that in whatever condition it is, you follow the dharma, Rama. As you go on the exile, let the deities, the trees, plants, earth, the deities in every sacred place, the stars, the sages, the demigods, let them all protect you. May the 6 seasons, all the fortnights, the months, the years, nights, days, and hours, let them all do good to you. Let all the mountains, the oceans, the king of oceans, the Varuna, the heaven, the earth, the intermediate space between them, the rivers, the astrological mansions, including the gods presiding over them, the day and night, the morning, the evening, twilights, let them protect you while you reside in the forest. My dear son Rama, let there not be any fear for you of the demons, and even of the devilish beings like Pishachas, and of all the carnivorous animals. Like this, Kausalya Devi, she blesses him that you you complete your 14 years of exile with the dharma. Then after your return, let you be crowned as a king, and let the Lord Vishnu bless me to see you on the throne. Finally, she says that let the Lord Vishnu bless me to see you on the throne. That means even she did not have the confidence that she will live the moment Rama leaves. Anamya murdhni cha agraya parishvajya yashasvini avatat putra siddha artho gacha Rama yatha sukham. My dear son, with all your purposes fulfilled, with all the good health, I will see you returning to Ayodhya happily and taking over the reins of this kingdom. So before leaving, Mother Kausalya, she embraced him again and again. She kissed on the forehead. Then taking the leave of Kausalya, then Rama now goes to Sita Devi. Okay. Now, as he goes there, Mother Sita doesn't know what all had happened. She was thinking about the ceremony. By this time, this ritual would have happened, would have completed, and then the other ritual would have been performed. And she's rejoicing in her heart. And she's worshipping the deity of Lord Ranganatha, Narayana there. Now Rama, keeping his face down, he entered his palace and his personal chambers. Except him and Lakshmana, everyone in Rama's palace were happily, they're rejoicing and they're celebrating. So Sita Devi, she saw Rama entering the quarters with a sad face. So she got up from her seat and she trembled to see her husband Ramachandra with sorrow and disturbed mind. And she's thinking, why is he sad? But why is he sad? Till now, when he saw Dasharath Maharaj and Kaikeyi, he was happily saying, "No, I'll go. I'll go immediately, as the father advised, ordered me." Kausalya Devi also, he was not sad. He said, but when he came to Sita Devi, he became very sad, because he's thinking that he's going to leave Sita Devi in the palace and go on exile alone. Tam drishtva sahi dharmatma nashashaka manogatam tam shokam raghava sodham tato vivritatam gataha. By seeing Sita Devi, Ramachandra could not control his grief and sorrow at all. Sita Maya was looking at the Lord and became even more sorrowful and asked, what happened? Why are you sorrow? Why are you sad? And my dear Rama, it looks like you are not coronated. There are no signs of coronation ceremony. You should be coming under the shade of a white umbrella as an emperor walks. He is always under the shade of the white umbrella. And I don't see that you are being fanned by the chamaras, fanning the white hair chamara. I don't see that. I do not see the overjoyed, the Sutas and Magadas glorifying you. Suta, he glorifies the dynasty, and the Magadha, as explained before, he glorifies the activities of the king. And nor do I see any marks of curd or honey on your head, because during the ceremony, the Brahmanas, as they are chanting the Vedic mantras, the king is bathed with all the Panchamrita, like the milk, curd, ghee, honey. And I don't see any ministers or citizens or country folk following you. And I am not seeing the glorious elephant, Ambari, on which you have to ride here. You should embark and ride here. And I'm not seeing any marching of such elephants. Your face has become so pale. I don't see you happy at all. What happened? So now Rama says that I'm going to forest for 14 years. And my father wants to crown my brother Bharata as the king. So Rama explains all those incidents very clearly to Sita Maya. How Kaikeyi asked the 2 boons from Dasharath Maharaj. All that. So now he says, before going to the forest, I came to see you. And Rama is saying, see, now Bharata will be the king. So you need to behave very properly with him. And never praise me in front of the king Bharata. And because although you are the eldest daughter-in-law, never expect any special treatment or attention from Bharata. So staying here, you have to perform your sadhana properly, your devotional service properly. Don't get engulfed with sadness and forget to do your sadhana. See, very important. Rama is saying, although in such sorrowful mind, he's saying that don't. 1 minute. Don't neglect to do your sadhana. You wake up early in the morning, you do your morning rituals. Every day, you go and offer obeisances to my father. Even my mother, Kausalya, she is very much worried. So you go every day, you go to her palace and you console her. Treat my brothers Bharata and Shatrughna properly. You should consider them as your own sons. Never act or do things which are displeasing Bharata. And never show any partiality to my mothers and brothers. Because, her husband has been banished, and the reason is because one of the mother Kaikeyi and Bharata is her son. So he's saying, don't keep any animosity towards them, against them. So after hearing Rama's words, Sita Devi, she became angry out of love only. She said, what are you talking? Are you joking? See, that is fine. If Bharata is going to be king, I'm fine. I don't have any attachment. Rama, father, mother, brother, sister, sons, they don't share the sins. By Vedic literature, I'll have a share in your deeds. So whatever applies to you, it applies to me also. So if Kaikeyi Mata has said that you go, Dasharath Maharaj is ordered, you go, it also means automatically I should also follow you to the forest. Others, they don't decide a woman's stage. It is only her husband who decides the fate of the wife. Na pita, na atmajo, na atma, na mata, na sakhi janaha iha pretyachanarinam pitra eko gadai sada. To a woman, a father or son, self or mother or a female companion, they are not the goal or goal. Husband alone is forever the best goal for a chaste wife. He is the goal, either in this world or after her death. So that's why you will see Pativratas. And don't think this 14 years will be forest will be difficult. When we go to the forest for 14 years, what I will do? I'll walk in front of you and I'll trample the cut darbha and grass, and I'll make them soft. So someone who knows about the Vedic lifestyle, they can understand that in the forest normally, near the ashrama of the great sages or any gurukula, the disciples are normally sent out to go and cut grass, not any grass, the darbha grass, a special grass. So when darbha is cut, there is a way also. The guru teaches till what extent you can cut the darbha. You should not cut the darbha taking the roots out. You have to cut in such a way at particular junctions of the grass, so that the roots will be there, and after you cutting again, because of the roots, the darbha grass will grow. So they don't cut completely. So some part they leave it at particular junctions, they leave it. So when they cut it, they are like a sharp needles. So if someone is walking in the forest barefoot, it is going to pierce their foot. So Sita Devi is saying, I will go and I'll trample those darbha grass, cut darbhas, so that you will walk softly. I will do all the services for you. And that wife will always be very happy in the shadow of her husband. Even if she's given a huge palace or plains, she will not be happy. But if there is nothing left, but if her husband is there with her, even a smallest grain of rice will satisfy her stomach. I'll eat whatever is available in the forest, fruits or roots. But without your presence, if I stay here in the palace, even the greatest feast, if it is presented to me, I cannot be happy. I'll not be able to eat at all. With you, when I come, I'll see various animals, dangerous animals, but I will not be worried, because you're going to protect. But here, even if there is without you, if I live in the palace, even if there is a nice peacock, if it appears, I cannot be happy. It can freak me out. So even if the comforts in heavens are given to me instead of your association, I will not be happy. So by coming with you, I'll happily spend my time in the forest. Now, Rama is thinking the various difficulties that Sita Maya have to undergo in the forest. So Rama said, listen to me. See, you stay here. You give up the idea of coming with me to the forest. Forest is filled with dangers. It is not at all comfortable. There will be carnivorous animals everywhere. Sometimes you will hear resounding roars of lion from a cave, because lions are in the cave, in the den. When they roar, there's a resounding comes out of that cave. So it will be very unpleasant to hear. It is a very fearful situation. And there will be streams filled with crocodiles. And those streams are so dangerous that even elephants are afraid to cross such streams. But we might have to cross such streams. And Sita, you will not get nice bed like what you get now in palace. You need to sleep on the bed of fallen leaves. Sometimes there will be no bed also. And we have to be satisfied with whatever is obtained in the forest, like fruits fallen from the trees. We have to wear the clothes of the tree bark. And we have to be with the matted hair. And there will be no servants for us in this forest. We have to do our own work, like getting the flowers for worship, water from the nearby streams, etc. So living in the forest is a misery. And there are dangerous poisonous insects and reptiles are there in the forest. Huge pythons will be dwelling in the streams. And when they're moving, such huge pythons are moving in the streams, it looks like as if the river is flowing there, but it is not a river, it's actually a python. And such huge snakes, they sometimes obstruct the pathways. You will be, you will be shivering looking, facing all those problems. Sometimes there will be winds, sometimes there will be extreme rain, tornadoes, forest fire. So if there is a forest fire, you cannot escape. So Sita, it is very dangerous. So you stay here. Rama does not want Sita Maya to undergo all the troubles. So he's saying, I'll take all the troubles and you safely be in the palace. Now again, Sita Devi is lamenting. She's saying, all this time you told so many things that how an ideal wife should be, and now you're asking me not to follow you. If you are there, those carnivorous animals will be afraid of you, looking at your effulgence. Even the head of the demigod, Devendra, with all his strength and powers, he cannot overpower me when I am at your shelter. And Rama, do you know, when I was young, I was told by a Brahmana, looking at the horoscope and at my hands, the palmistry they do, no, with that, Rama, the Brahmana said that I have to live much of my life in the forest. So it looks like the prediction is about to come true. Also, there is a woman astrologer, and she also used to come to my mother, and many times she said that I have to live much of my life in the forest. So Rama, I'll come along with you to the forest. But Lord Ramchandra, he did not agree. He was trying to console her again and again and was telling why Sita should not come. He's saying, see, my father told me to go and I cannot torture you for that. And now Sita Devi was not able to find any reason how she can convince him. So she finally said, my dear husband, Ramachandra, my father, who is the king of the Videha kingdom, my father, thinking that you are a great man, he got married to you. He got me married to you. But actually, he got me married to another girl. My father got cheated. You are most glorious. You have all the strength. If you are near me, even if I'm poked by thorns, I'll feel as if I'm touched by deer skin. If there are dusty winds, it'll be like sandalwood powder being smeared on me. While dwelling in the forest, I lie down on the grass with you. That happiness cannot be even given by even the soft carpets without you. Whatever you bring, the leaves, the roots, the fruits, either a little or in abundance, doesn't matter. Whatever you give, it will be like a nectar to me. And I will not burden you at all. So along with you, it will be like heaven for you, for me. But without you, it will be like a hell. If you're not willing to take me, I shall take poison or jump into the water and die. But Rama, I know by committing suicide is incorrect. So when you leave, automatically I lose my life. I cannot bear the grief of separation from you for even a moment. What to think of 14 years? So Sita Devi cried a lot with a loud voice and lamented. And the tears that were coming out of her eyes were like crystals. crystal like tears. It looked as if the water droplets were falling from the lotus petals. So Sita Maya was very depressed and she fainted. So after Rama heard and saw the reaction of Sita, he embraced her with his arms and said, and he says, I do not even relish even a heaven without you. I don't want to force anything upon you. I wanted to first check only if you're comfortable. No, I want to take you. Otherwise, I do not want to force any kind of trouble on you. So, and then Rama says that three things, mother, father, and guru, they are the highest to me. Whatever they say, I'll follow, and it is my duty. And I do not wish to survive by violating those duties. But today, it looks like I'm not getting anything now. But just by following their instructions, by Guru's instructions, I'll gain everything in life. This is the secret that Rama is saying. You follow the orders of your spiritual master, your authorities. Although at present it seems like you're losing, but in actuality, in reality, you will gain everything. So now Rama said, Sita, we will go to the forest. So you get ready. So immediately you give away all the things in charity. We don't require them. You give valuable gifts to Brahmanas. You give food, whatever the food is there, to the mendicants. You be very quick. Do not delay. Donate some few things to Vasishtha Muni's sons also. And some you donate to Brahmanas in Kausalya Devi's chambers. Some you give it to your servants. Some to my chariot driver also. So he's saying, he's not leaving anyone, even his chariot driver. So Sita Mata was very elated to see that Rama had accepted her proposal. So she quickly set out to arrange all the items. So Sita and Rama, they kept all the things ready for the charity. And now they are coming out of their quarters. And who was standing outside of Rama's room? It is Lakshmana. He heard all the arguments of Sita Rama. And he thought Sita Maya herself has to face so much of test. She herself, like Rama didn't agree. Then what about him? The moment Sita Ram came outside, Lakshmana immediately fell at Rama's feet and held his feet very tightly. And he pressed at Rama's feet and looking at Sita Devi. He is not even looking at Rama. He is looking at Sita Devi. He's talking to Rama. And he's crying and saying, Rama, don't leave me. Please don't leave me. Without serving you both, I cannot live. I'll do all the services in the forest, even if I have been given the opportunity to go to heavens, or the immortality, or the sovereignty, or the wealth of the entire universe. I don't want it. I just want your service. But Rama, in a very sweet and pacifying words, he said, Lakshmana, no. And Lakshmana was again trembling with fear. He said, no, I was indeed permitted by you earlier. How is that you're prohibiting now? I want to know the reason. Then Rama says, see, if you are here, you can take care of Kausalya and Sumitra properly. Because Kaikeyi becomes a Rajmata, she may not treat her stepwives properly. So if Bharata, sometimes because he'll be so busy, taking care of the kingdom, if he sometimes if he neglects or if he forgets taking care of our mothers properly, you can take care of them nicely. So that I can peacefully live in the forest, thinking that my mothers are taken care under your protection. Now Lakshmana is saying, my dear Rama, there's 1,000 towns and villages and cities are under Kausalya Devi. And similarly, 1,000 towns, villages, and cities, they are ruled by Sumitra. Sumitra is the mother of Lakshmana and Shatrughna. So it is not at all necessary to take care of them. They can take care of 1,000 people like us. So I will serve you and Mother Sita. So please don't leave me. I'll do everything while you are awake and in sleep. And Lakshmana surrendered. Then Rama said, Lakshmana, I know you cannot live without me. So, okay, no problem. You can come with me. So now you go and bid farewell to all your friends and relatives. So Lakshmana, he goes now to Urmila, to his wife, and he explains everything to her. And he says, you stay here. I'll go with Sita Rama. See, now the question may be asked that if Rama didn't allow Sita, or he allowed Sita Devi to come with him, how come Lakshmana, it wasn't allowed to Lakshmana? No.
So, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it is because Lakshmana.
Can I tell Prabhuji? Because Lakshmana has to take care of Rama. If he takes Urmila, he'll have to take care of Urmila as well in addition to Rama.
Oh, exactly, Mataji. That is correct. Yes. 1 minute. So, Urmila says, no, I will stay here. Because if she comes, she'll become like additional responsibility for Lakshmana. So Lakshmana will not be able to do the services freely. So she remained there. Just as, when the husband goes to the temple and does some service, the wife is at home. Or when the wife goes to the temple and do some services, the husband is at home and taking care. Like that. She took it in that mood. Okay. So now they all getting ready to leave. And that time, a Brahmana came for charity. So Rama says, okay, you have this stick. You throw this stick. As long as it falls down, that many cows I will give you. So he threw that stick, and within that distance, thousands of cows were there. And he donated everything to that Brahmana. And Rama was laughing. Why? He's thinking, anyway, now he has taken up these 1,000 cows, but how he will be able to take care? So after that, they donated whatever they had in their possessions to everyone. And now Sita, Rama, and Lakshmana, they were ready to go to forests. Okay, so I'll stop here. Any questions?
So, Prabhuji, the mother, the stepmother of Ram, does she still have that mentality even after he left?
Okay, that is we'll keep that as a suspense.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
I will explain that.